you what though, boy oh boy. Oh man! The thrower blanket over them. But it's battle stations, white flag comes out. She's on for young and old this one.
Has he got the job done? Looks like he has on the inside.
The pace is electric out in front.
It's a new series of the Pits TV, and we welcome you back. To start the new series off, we head to Moore Park Speedway in Christchurch for the East Coast Sidecar Roundup Australia versus New Zealand Teams Challenge. The very best of Australia have travelled to New Zealand to take on the very best the Kiwis can offer. Now let's get straight into the action with part 1 of 2 from Moore Park Speedway in Christchurch.
Welcome, folks, of course, to Moore Park Speedway for this, the East Coast. It is, of course, Australia versus New Zealand. And the main person that's made this all happen, it's fantastic. You've done such a fantastic job too, Jeff. Jeff Garnham, all the way from Australia, mate. Hey, thanks very much for bringing this tour over here. It looks like there's a pretty good bunch of guys out here.
Yeah, no, it's been a long time in the making, Jason, but yeah, it's fine to get here and great to see, and everyone's been real supportive. Both in Australia and New Zealand, so it's fantastic to have all the sponsors on board and looking after us. It's been fantastic.
Logistically, it must have been a bit of a nightmare for you. There's quite a few people, obviously, that have sort of done a bit of work behind the scenes to make this happen. Is that true?
Yeah, that's right. Everyone from the back in Newcastle, where we built the trolleys, and first came up the idea in Tamworth a couple of years ago with Aidan Thwaites, and over a couple of beers around a campfire, deciding that what we were going to do and make it all happen. So it was a bit of time, had to build the trolleys, and it's the first time we brought a full container load over. So as you can imagine, there's a bit of a nightmare with that, but we got around it, and yeah, everything's gone pretty good so far.
Touch wood, mate. Seriously,
yes, exactly,
eh?
Yeah.
Of course, this deal starts here at Moore Park. This is round number 1. We head off to Aridi Park Speedway. So tell us what the deal is and what sort of formats we're expecting from this deal. Well, you guys are here for a couple of weeks, aren't you?
That's right. So we head down to Aridi after this meeting for a meeting down there at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Then we head over to Beachlands next Wednesday on the clay. A lot of the guys here, Australians, haven't raced on clay, so we're going over there for a bit of a play with those guys, put on a bit of a show, and then back to Aridi for the second test match, and then return back here to Moore Park for the final 5th race meeting of the tour.
It's fantastic, isn't it? Alrighty, so we touched a little bit on the formats before. What's the format for today?
Yeah, well, it's a unique format. It's a test match, lightly termed a test match format. It's a format that we came up with where all 8 bikes will race against 8 bikes. And over 7 rounds. The 7th round will be a bit of a unique thing where the 4th last race in that round 7 will be the first heat in that round 7 will be the lowest 2 point scorers from each team, and build up to the last race will be the highest 2 point scorers for each team. So and that will all count for the points leading into the final. Like that's the round 7 is the final. There's no A and B finals as such, but it all goes on team like normal teams racing. So yeah, there'll be a few tactics to play out, and a few team members that'll they'll race against each other, with each other I should say, and race against every other team member in the opposition. So it's a bit of a unique format.
Number 1 for Aussie in the yellow and the white helmet is Trent Headland and Daz Whetstone, and finishing it off will be number 7 for New Zealand, Bradley Sharp and Lance Jeffcoat, going off gate 4 with the yellow helmet. They're coming in now. Stephen Saunders, Chris Champfield there on the number 1. Coming in, Aidan Thwaites, Neville Chambers are happy. They're ready to go. Trent Headland and Daz Whetstone, watch out for these guys. They've got a big wrap. And Bradley Sharp and Lance Jeffcoat are underway, and it's a great start there from Aidan Thwaites and Neville Chalmers. but he's been pushed wide by Steve Saunders and Chris Chatfield. So Steve Saunders and Chris Chatfield are leading the way at the moment. They've got Aidan Thwaites, Neville Chalmers coming through the dust there. It's a bit hard to pick him up, but it looks like Bradley Sharp and Lance Jeffcoat. So it's 3-all at the moment, but number 1 Trent Headland and Daz Westone, they've made the big move, come through on the inside. Bring the Kiwis on. But it's a good start there from Aidan Thwaites and Neville Chalmers leading the way.
Yes, Thwaites and Chalmers have got out in front. There's a big move being made there by Headland and Whetstone. They've moved up into that second spot. They've got Saunders and Chatfield in that third position as the white flag comes out. Aidan Thwaites just goes on through. Chalmers has a wee look back, but chasing him pretty hard as Headland and Whetstone in that second position. The flag's already waving away by Jeff Garland down at the start here. It's going to be Aidan Thwaites who takes the win over Trent Headland and Daz Whetstone. Third place will be the Stephen Saunders and Chris Chatfield, and rounding out the field will be Bradley Sharp and Lance Jeffcoat. So 3 points there, Dave, to Aidan Thwaites and Neville Chalmers. Just headed off the Trent Headland and Dave Whetstone, the Australian champions. As they came through, they got caught up a little bit of traffic there. They came home in second. Stephen Saunders and Chris Chatfield in that third spot, and a race time of
65.91. 65.91. Number 2 for New Zealand will be Derek Ramsey and Matthew Ramsey, and they'll be in the red off gate 1. Then we'll have 5 for the Aussies, James Hinton and Marty Wild. They're off gate 2, and they have the blue helmet. 8, Craig McMaster and Johnny Casey. They've got the white helmets. They'll be off 3 for New Zealand. Right on the outside's number 2, Shane Hudson and Cameron Bell. They'll be off gate 4. Already lost a helmet cover there.
Righty-ho, off we go. And this time we're away and running, and it looks like it's the Ramseys on the inside. They got their nose to the front pretty quickly, but it's the James Hinton and Marty Wild who got out there as well. But then comes the red combination. Ramsey still fighting back at the front of the field. Harton, Hinton and Wild in that second spot. Then we go back to the Hudson and Cameron Bell in third, and trailing the field at the moment is the McMaster and Johnny Casey. But Derek and Matthew Ramsey, the New Zealand champions, father and son team, just doing it all so well out there. The second place getters, they had a bit of a moment there, Dave, coming out of that turn.
Yeah, well, they're fighting amongst themselves, the Aussies at the moment. But Derek and Matthew Ramsey, they've screamed away now. Man, she's been all on for young and old there for a while, but 1 lap to go. Jeff Gardner has got the flag out there. But Derek and Matthew Ramsey looking good for the honours here, but it's still going to be a 3-3 at this stage. Who's going to pick up those points? Derek and Matthew Ramsey will get in first place there. Then it'll be, it's pretty close, but it'll be the yellow of Shane Hudson, Cameron Bell, then the James Hinton and Marty Wild for Aussie, and Craig McMaster and Johnny Casey will round out the field.
And a race time of
67.03.
67.03, the race time for that one. That's 3 points each and 6 each. 3 each, 6 each in total so far. So the next crew coming out, we've got from gate 1 in the red, Lance Tulloch and Tim Green from Australia. In the blue helmet colours from gate 2, Jamie Moon and Bailey Ogilvie. Hamish Golding and Liam Cox go on 3. That's for the Aussie team. And James Douglas and Harley Biddle start from 4 on the outside. So that's 8 from 1, 3 from 2. Both the 3s are in this one. They're going from 2 and 3. New Zealand 3, Aussies 3.
So hold on, we've got a
New Zealand
hold up there, got a
5.
problem with
Going from gate 4.
Lance Tulloch and Tim Green have got a bit of a problem there, but anyway, they've got that sorted. They're sitting right up on the tape. Oh, just about a jump start. What's going to happen there? The refs kept it going, the green light's still on. So it's a good start there from the red, which was Lance Tulloch and Tim Green, but it's Jamie Moon and Bagel Ogilvie have come through.
Well, that's looks like Tulloch and Green's day is done. They did cross the pole line there, according to me, but it's Jamie Moon and Bailey Ogilvie out in front there. Oh, the 3 Who's that one in the white helmet colours coming in? There goes Tim Green again. He's Tulloch again's taken the shortcut across the infield. But the challenge is coming on the front with that white helmet covers. That's Hamish Golding and Liam Cox. Oh, they've just forced them out and they go to the front. So Australia won at this stage. Still the New Zealander in that second spot. That's Jamie Muir in the third position. It will be the New Zealanders, James Douglas and Harley Biddle.
So it's still 3-all if it stays the same at the moment, but Jamie Muir and Baggy Olivulvi, oh, getting that name tangled up, trying to get through into that first position. Can't do it though. It's going to be the white helmet cover of Hamish Golding and Liam Cox that will come home first. Then it'll be Jamie Muir and Baggy Olivulvi, then James Douglas and Harley Biddle, and Lance Tulloch and Tim Green. Ogilvie.
Oh, that's
Ogilvie.
The director's
Having a bit of trouble with my names there, but Tim Ogilvie.
So that's
Bailey Ogilvie. Get it right.
3 to Aussie in that one, and again 3 to New Zealand. So we're still level pegging at 9 each, and a race time of
66.54.
66.54, the winning time there. Right, so we're moving on to Heat 4 to take out Andrew Buchanan and Denny Cox. In the reserves comes Luke Waite. I have to check up and see who's Waite's got on the back of him.
It should be Neville Chalmers. Should be Neville Chalmers.
Yes.
We've got Mark Redford and Blake Hills off gate 2 for the Aussies.
Well, they're not wasting any time and they really let them go. And it is Luke Thwaites who got the inside run. They've got their nose and head at the moment as they go down that road. Medals back straight. Second place is held by Erwin Tree and Brett Pubbin, but they've been muscled out wide by Brad Pitt and Nathan McFadden. And it's Pitt and McFadden that have got themselves into that second position as they carry on. Oh, she's all on out in the front there at the moment. Brad Pitt and Nathan McFadden have got to the front of the pack. A bit of slowing up by Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers there. Erwin Tree. Brett Pubbins in that third spot. They're leaving behind Mark Radford and Blake Halls at this stage.
Yeah, what a great race from them. They've got 1 lap to go. Brad Pitt, Nathan McFadden. Brad Pitt should be out acting rather than here. I reckon he's giving the Kiwis a bit of trouble. Brad Pitt, Nathan McFadden leading the way. Then we have Luke Thwaites, Neville Chalmers in the second position. Erwin Tree and Brett Pubbin. So it's going to be another 3-3. Oh, they're fighting it out amongst themselves. But so Brad Pitt and Nathan McFadden will get that first position. Then we have Luke Thwaites, Neville Chalmers will come through in the second. Erwin Tree and Brett Pubbin managed to pick up 1 point for third, and Mark Radford and Blake Hills not that far behind, but no points for them. So add all that up, we get to 3-all once again. We were looking good there at 5-1 the first corner, but that didn't last for long, did it?
No, it didn't, and that means the total at the moment is 12 each.
That's amazing.
After 4 each, 12 each. The race time for that one, Dave, was
66.68. Outside of them, number 5, James Biddle and James Douglas and Harley Biddle. They'll be off gate 2 with the blue helmets. Then we have Brad Pitt, all the way from America. No, he's from Australia, isn't he? Brad Pitt, Nathan McFadden with the white helmet. He'll be off gate 3. And right on the outside for the Kiwis will be number 2, Derek Ramsey and Matthew Ramsey.
yes, well, we've looked at the previous heats. It's Ramsey and Brad Pitt were unbeaten in that their first ride. So we'll see how they get on here as they rev it up and off they go. And there's Derek Ramsey trying to get down across on the outside, but there's no room there. He's been pushed to the back of the field. Now they pick up the pace. Oh, there's a bit of bike slowing and shunting. There's certainly a lot of impeding going on there. That's put the Ramseys out of that one as the rest of them fight it on. So we're looking at the front of the field. Mark Radford and Blake Halls out in front from the Erwin Tree. And
James Douglas and Harley Biddle.
Harley Biddle it is. We've got to the wrong sheet there. There's a Australian flag waving in front of us as we go through. So it's still James Douglas and Harley Biddle out in the front from Brad Pitt and Nathan McFadden.
So they've had a great battle, but at the moment it's the Kiwis bring them home. It's the Kiwis there with 1 lap to go. They've been hounded though by Brad Pitt and Nathan McFadden. They're in hot pursuit, but they just can't make an impression at the moment. They're trying their hardest, but it looks like James Douglas and Harley Biddle are going to have enough experience to hold them out. They'll get the 3 points. Well done to them. Good on you, Kiwi. Brad Pitt and Nathan McFadden will pick up the 2 points, and Mark Bradford and Blake Hills will pick up the 1 point. So, deja vu all over again.
Yeah, it is, 3 to New Zealand, 3 to Australia. We're now sitting on 15 each. And we've got a race time of...
Race time, 67.03. All right, we've got the Kiwis on 1 and 3 this time. Number 6, Erwin Tree and Brett Pubbin. They're there ready to go with the red helmet covers. The Aussies coming in now, the blue ones. Off gate 2, number 8, Lance Tulloch and Tim Green. With the good old Kiwi connection, but we won't go there.
Yeah, well, they had trouble last time keeping it on the track. They kept cutting on the infield. So they'll be hoping for a better run.
Aidan Thwaites and Neville Chambers there at gate 3 with the white helmet right on the outside. 1, Trent Headland and Daz Whetstone for the Aussies. Off gate 4 and they're underway. A good start there from Erwin Tree right up on the inside. But they've got Trent Headland and Daz Whetstone coming right around the outside. Can they hold them out? No, they can't. So it's the Aussies in front there at the moment. Who's going to get through and do that 2nd and 3rd place? It's Trent Headland and Daz Whetstone leading the way from Erwin Tree and Brett Pubbin from the Kiwis. Aidan Thwaites and Neville Chalmers have successfully got themselves into that 3rd position, holding it pretty good at the moment. So it's 3-all as it stands at the moment. No stopping Trent Headland and Daz Whetstone at the front though.
Yes, it's the Australian champions are leading them out. Got quite a comfortable lead down that back straight, coming into the Canterbury demolition turn and picking up the white flag. Erwin Tree, Brett Pubbin for New Zealand in that 2nd position, followed by Aidan Thwaites and Neville Chalmers. Looks like we've lost the Aussies again. Tulloch and Tim Green have come infield, but here they come. The Australian champions come home. They take the win in this heat. 2nd home was Erwin Tree and Brett Pubbin, and in 3rd place will be Aidan Thwaites and Neville Chalmers. Another 3-all. So we're sitting after 6 heats now, 18 each in the New Zealand Australian Test. A race time of 65.44. 65.44 was the winning time for Trent Headland and Daz Whetstone.
This time we've got James Hinton and Marty Wild off gate 1. For the All Blacks, I was going to say, but for the Kiwi team, Bradley Sharp starts to get goes off gate 2 with the blue helmet. Then we have the yellow, Shane Hudson and Cameron Bell with the white helmet, and the yellow helmet of Jamie Moore and Bailey Ogilvie of gate 4. So Kiwis in blue and yellow. Keep an eye on them. We're under starters orders. The green light's on, the tapes are up, and it's a good start there. Looks like James Hinton. Well, no, it might be the white of Shane Hudson and Cameron Bell. Get their noses in front, real battle. Oh, we've got Jamie Moore and Bailey Ogilvie got into 2nd place.
We've lost the red. We've lost Hinton and Marty Wild. They're infield.
Well, we're heading for another 3-all again, unless the Jamie Moore and Bailey Ogilvie combination can make an impression there on the front runners. That's Shane Hudson and Cameron Bell.
Yeah, well, Hudson and Bell just are doing it quite comfortably out the front. Even back in that 2nd place, you can see the shale and the roost off the track bouncing off he got swinging for Ogilvie, swinging on the side there, getting filled in from time to time. Back there in that 3rd place is Bradley Sharp and Lance Jeffcoat. Just 1 lap to go.
Well, the white flag is out, and so there's only 1 lap to go now for the Aussie combination to come through and take maximum points. That's Shane Hudson and Cameron Bell. They're coming home now, the flags are waving, and they pick up the 3 points. 2 point goes to Jamie Moore and Bailey Ogilvie, and Bradley Sharp and Lance Jeffcoat will pick up the other one. So what does that make it?
21 each.
Let me guess.
21 all, that's it. So Shane Hudson,
So
they get the 3 points. Jamie Millen came home in that second one there. And Bradley Sharp and Lance Jeffcoat got a point there in that third spot. The race time of 66.47. 66.47. And for the Kiwis, we've got Craig McMaster and Johnny Casey from gate 1. They haven't come out yet. Yes, there they go. For Australia, number 6, Stephen Saunders and Chris Chatfield going from 2. We've got Luke Thwaite sitting in there. Going from gate 3. And Hamish Golding and Liam Cox.
So the Kiwis in the red and the white helmet. Here them on, the starters. Giving a good look there at the Craig McMaster and Johnny Casey.
Right, just Jeff Gardam just calling them in. It's on the outside. Hamish Goldham and Liam Cox just having a little trouble getting settled. Jeff's happy, the prayers build. Off they go and went to that first corner. And it's looking to come down. It's the white ones. It's Thwaites and Chalmers who got the jump on the rest of them. Oh, a bit of a tangle up there. Saunders has got caught up with Chatty. And Craig McMaster and Johnny Casey have come together as well. So it's just gone red.
You see what the referee says. We're going to give a restart. They're having a conference.
Well, it looked like the Saunders and Chatfield got around the first and left little room for McMaster and Casey to move into other than the side of them.
Have to wait and see.
So we're just waiting for a decision.
We've gone up to the TMO.
We've gone up to the TMO. We're just waiting for a decision to see what's happening. We'll let you know as soon as we can, Jeff.
Well, they all think they're going to come and have a restart.
All in.
Yep, that's great. That's great. We want to see them race.
So this time we'll have take 2. We'll see what happens here. McMaster and Casey on 1. Saunders and Chatfield on 2. Thwaite Chalmers on 3. And on the outside it's Golding and Cox. Jeff's happy. The revs pull. Off we go this time. And into that first turn it looks like it's McMaster who's trying to hold it tight. But it looks like it's Thwaites and Chalmers who got round. There's Saunders and Chatty pushing their way through. They got to second. They've dropped back to third. But she's all on there. Oh, Saunders has come in field. So he retires to the back of the field. But a scrap out at the front. It's Thwaites and Chalmers. They're just being rounded up by Golding and Cox.
Well, I can't believe it. I thought we were going to get a break in the drought there for a minute, but hey, Golding and Cox have managed to get through to the front, so at the moment it's still 3-all. I don't know whether if Saunders and Chatfield get through, whether they'll be given the points because they did cross the pole line, so they might be given the big red card, but 1 lap to go. I don't think they're going to get through anyway. So at the moment we've got Hamish Golding and Liam Cox managed to force their way through to the front. Then we have Luke Thwaites, Neville Chambers in second place. Craig McMaster, Johnny Casey for the Kiwis in third. And that's the way they're going to finish. Hamish Golding, Liam Cox for the Aussies. They'll get 3 points. Then we'll have Luke Thwaites, Neville Chambers will get 2 for the Kiwis. Craig McMaster and Johnny Casey will get 1 for the Kiwis. And guess what that makes it, Warwick?
24 each.
3-all, 24-all. Who would have guessed this at the start of the day?
Right, a race time of
66.22. All right, looks like it's going to happen. This is round 3, heat 9 coming up. So we've got the Aussie number 1 will be off gate 1. And that's Trent Headland and Daz Whetstone. They'll have the red helmet covers. Then we have the Kiwis will be outside of them. Number 5, James Douglas and Harley Biddle. They'll have the blue helmet and they'll be off gate 2. Outside of them will be the Ocker. Number 5, James Hinton and Marty Wild. He'll have the white helmet. He'll be off gate 3. And right on the outside will be Luke Thwaites and, I've got to write that in, Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers.
We're just waiting for Trent Headland and Daz Whetstone to come into position on gate 1. That's the Australian champions. Just pulling the bike out, bringing it back round again. They do have issues here at Moore Park from time to time, that they do roll into those tapes, Dave.
They certainly do. They make a bit of a hole and you come up there and you can't help rolling in, and then you end up touching the tapes and the referee gets all snaky about it.
But anyway, it's the Headland and Whetstone there. They put their hands up, they're happy. The ramps build. Tapes are up, off we go. And there's a bit of crowding there as that was Headland pushed him across there, jammed them all up. But it's Headland and Whetstone got out to the front of the field. Looks like it's the white James Hinton and Marty Wild in that second position, with James Douglas and Harley Biddle
giving him a good
nudge there for the Kiwi. They pushed him wide. He's come onto the infield. So that's good hard work there. But Thwaites and Chalmers just dragged the chain there. A bit of a stump there. Yep. So Douglas and Biddle, their race was won. They did come through the infield. So this looks like there's going to be a bit of a wee bit of a march here for the Aussies, Dave.
Yeah, this is what we wanted to see, but good riding by them. Old James Douglas and Harley Biddle, they looked like they had them all sorted, but ended up on the infield, getting out of shape and got messed up. But what can Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers do? Can they get through into that second position? They're going to give it a good go. Here we go, the run home to the line. They're going to give them a nudge. Whoa, I don't know. No, we need a judge to work that one out. Okay, it's been called. I think they were right to take off my patch.
5-1.
James Hinton and Marty Wild got through into that second position. So that's not too good for the Kiwis. James Douglas and Harley Biddle, they did, Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers, they did their best, but just didn't quite do it. So a good haul of points there for the Aussies. Got a bit of work to do now to get back on that. Well done to Trent Headland and Daz Whetstone. They're a class of their own. They just managed to get out there in the front. They picked up those 3 points rather easy. The real work came at the back.
You have a time?
We've got a time here of 65.72. 65.72. Well, Kiwis will know what they have to do. We've got Erwin Tree and Brett Hubbard for the Kiwis off gate 1 in the red helmet. Then it's for the Aussies. Number 2, Shane Hudson and Cameron Bell with the blue helmet. Number 2, Derek Ramsey and Matthew Ramsey off gate 3 for the Kiwis. And 6, Stephen Saunders and Chris Chatfield off the outside there for the Aussies. Starters happy and Erwin Tree gets a good start, but not quite good enough, is it? It's all bunched up there looking pretty good.
Yes, it was. He pushed his way through. Tree to the front. Hudson and Bell in that second position, going to push them hard. The Ramseys, that's the Ramseys in the white there holding that third position. So the Tree's just lost the lead there.
Yeah, Derek Ramsey and Matthew Ramsey. Shane Hudson and Cameron Bell got through there, just pushed their way through. They've got Erwin Tree and Brett Hubbard there in second place. Derek Ramsey and Matthew Ramsey holding out a good third. So it's 3-all at this stage, but that's no help to the Kiwis. They need more points than that at the moment. But the jagged flags are waving already. Here they go. It'll be the white team there of the blue team, sorry, of Shane Hudson and Cameron Bell will pick up those 3 points for the Aussies. Then it'll be Erwin Tree. Brent Hubbard will pick up the 2 for the Kiwis. Derek Ramsey and Matthew Ramsey will pick up 1. Stephen Saunders and Chris Chatfield, no points for them. So it's 3-all again, but that doesn't help the overall score for the Kiwis at this stage.
(27-32), 28-32. Oh yeah, didn't add the other point further up. Right, so this one we've got Heat 11 for Australia. Hamish Golding, Liam Cox in the red going from gate 1. Jamie Millen, Bailey Ogilvie from New Zealand going from gate 2 in the blue. Mark Radford and Blake Hills from Australia in white going from 3. And on the outside for the Kiwis, it's Bradley Sharp and Lance Jeffcoat in yellow going from gate 4.
Okay, so the Aussies are off 1 and 3, Kiwis off 2 and 4, and they're in the way. It's a pretty even start, but it looks like the Aussies have got a good hold on there at the moment. That's Hamish Golding and Liam Cox holding out Jamie Muir and Bailey Ogilvie. Mark Radford and Blake Hills there in the 3rd place, and then we have Bradley Sharp and Lance Jeffcoat, but they're making a move. They've got through on the inside. Oh, a bit of trouble for the Aussies. Number 3, Hamish Golding and Liam Cox looking down at their bike. Oh, hasn't done them any harm, they haven't slowed them down too much, has it?
Well, Jamie Millen and Bailey Ogilvie are going to the outside. They're taking the challenge to the Aussies. Seem to have got over their little problem. Golding and Cox still out in front. Sitting on their left-hand shoulder is the blue bike. Jamie Millen and Bailey Ogilvie holding that 2nd position as they come on round. We're going back to Bradley Sharp, Lance Jeffcoat in that 3rd spot. So at this rate, Dave, it's still going to be a 3-3, so we can't close the gap.
Well, it's a big risk going out wide. The Kiwis have done quite a bit of it. The Aussies just come in and bulldoze their way on the inside. They're going to pick up another win. That's for Hamish Golding and Liam Cox. We'll get the 3. Jamie Muir and Bailey Ogilvie will get the 2. Bradley Sharp and Lance Jeffcoat will get 1. And that gives us another 3 all. Not helping to break that gap. Kiwis off 1 and 3. So 4, Aidan Thwaites and Neville Chalmers will be off gate 1 in the red helmet for the Kiwis. Brad Pitt and Nathan McFadden we go particularly well off gate 2 with the blue helmet. Gate 3 will be number 8 for the Kiwis, Craig McMaster and Johnny Casey with the white helmet.
Yep,
right
they're
on
on
the outside.
They're on bike 23, Dave.
Okay,
that's Ben Morris's bike. They obviously must have a problem with theirs. They're going to ride Ben.
Got to get it back off those tapes. There we go. How are we looking now? Yeah,
Right.
not as happy this time. Here we go. Oh! No, that didn't work.
That didn't work at all.
I think the yellow card's going to come out. Wow. Talk about horses breaking at the start.
Took a bit of drama there. Well, there's Aidan Thwaites having that same issues down there, but I think he's right this time.
Well, they've let him go, and it's a good start there from Brad Pitt and Nathan McFadden. They didn't have the chance to squeeze him out the back. So Brad Pitt and Nathan McFadden have got the lead there from Aidan Thwaites and Neville Chalmers. Craig McMaster and Johnny Casey are there on the hunt. And Lance Tulloch and Tim Green right out the back, but Craig McMaster, Johnny Casey are going to have to watch out. They're having trouble.
Well,
they've had to pull on the inside. That's not going to help the cause at all. So Brad Pitt, Nathan McFadden, they've been hunted down though. Aidan Thwaites and Neville Chalmers not going to die wondering, that's for sure. They're giving it everything.
Well, they're coming down that road, medals back straight. Still Pitt and McFadden out in front. Aidan Thwaites, Neville Chalmers just trying to tighten it up but not lose the momentum. Oh, got a wee bit off line coming out of that turn. I think they'll just settle for second, Dave, as they go round.
The sting's gone out of them.
Yep. So as they go down that back straight for the last time into the Kaiboy Collision Centre turn, it is going to be Brad Pitt and Nathan McFadden who get maximum points. They come home ahead of the field. 2 to Aidan Thwaites and Neville Chalmers, and Lance Tulloch and Tim Green will pick up that final point.
Yeah, well, that's not going to help the cause, is it?
4-2.
Exactly what we didn't want.
Just waiting for Craig McMaster and Johnny Casey getting the right helmet colours on.
Stan Ross's bike. Must have real trouble with their own
bike problem.
So Stan Ross's bike.
Well, that'll be strange for them. It's all right, we'll see how they get on. It matches the helmet colours anyway, Dave.
Off we go. Good there start there from Trent Headland and Daz Whetstone, but he's been forced wide by James Douglas and Harley Biddle. Oh, they're keeping him real honest. Keep down inside there. But, oh, they've left a bit of a hole. You don't want to leave it a little bit wide because they'll just come at you. So.
Oh, he's been forcing them out wide, Dave, isn't he? Just getting on the inside of them. His head.
You just don't want to go there, do you? Keep that inside line tight.
Yep.
They're going to have another go, though. James Douglas, Harley Biddle, can they get through on the inside once again? Mark Radford and Blake Hills just about ended up on the infield. Oh, he's lost his passenger. That's that's why you're not doing too good, mate. His passengers come off.
So, yeah. So anyway, as they come on round, Trent Headland and Daz Whetstone just leading the way from James Douglas and Harley Biddle. Craig McMaster, Johnny Casey in that third position on Stan Ross's bike. And the checkered flags are coming out for the Australian champion, Headland and Whetstone. Maximum points there. James Douglas and Harley Biddle in that second position. And Craig McMaster, Johnny Casey in third. So once again, it's 3-3. Even Stevens for this heat. But that puts the Australians still out there in front by 34 to the Kiwis and 40, 41, 36 to 41.
42.
Oh, hang on, what are you doing with that? I've got 42.
You run out of fingers.
Oh.
Shane Hudson, Cameron Bell coming in. Yes, Garden there, just making sure they're in the right spot. Lance Tulloch and Tim Green ready to go. All right, Warwick, they're looking a bit happier, are they now?
Yep, just seeing if they can keep themselves off the tape. There we go. So they're creeping on the outside, but they've got underway. It was Tulloch and Green that did a bit of creeping there, but we look straight to the front of the field. Hudson and Cameron Bell have got out to the front of the field. Aidan Thwaite, Shane Twist in the second, but then it's his brother Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers make a charge round the outside, sitting a bit wider on the track, and he gets his nose into that second position. So it's the Australians, Hudson and Cameron Bell, are just pulling away, but the Thwaites brothers are battling there together. It's Luke with Chalmers on board, who've got the better of Aidan and Shane Twist at this stage. Rounding out the fields, Lance Tulloch and Tim Green for the Australians. But while we're doing reasonably well, Dave, it's not good enough. We need to get someone at the head of the field.
You're dead right there. We need more points. We can't go even, Stevens. We've got to get our noses up in front. One lap to go now for Shane Hudson and Cameron Bell. They've got a comfortable lead. The two Thwaites boys, Luke and Neville in second place, and Aidan and Shane Twist in third, and that's the way they're going to finish. It's going to be Shane Hudson, Cameron Bell will come through. Then we'll have Luke Thwaites, Neville Chalmers, Aidan Thwaites, Shane Twist, and Lance Tulloch and Tim Green. Get no points for that, but it doesn't matter for them. 3-3 at the moment. Shane Hudson, Cameron Bell gets that good jump out. Nobody can head him off. So, by my reckon, that's 39.45.
I'll agree with that.
You will? Okay.
Give me a time.
In a time of 67.15.
67.15. The time, race times, Dave, have been pretty consistent, haven't they?
Sure have. Well, Bradley Sharp and Lars Shevko have gone really well on this track at times, but they just quite haven't done it. Yeah, their score
only a couple of points today.
Yeah. Time to bring out the big one, I think. Be a great chance to do it. Bradley Sharp, Lars Shevko.
So they're just all coming in. The last one's in. Hamish Golding and Liam Cox getting themselves settled. Take them away, Dave.
Okay, they're underway, and there's a good start there on the inside one. James Sandor, number 3, Hamish Golding, and Liam Cox has pulled right out. So James Hinton and Marty Wild, can they track him down? Here comes Erwin Tree, he's going to give him a good nudge. Gives a bit of room. And
can he get back down? He's
this
opened
is
the
more
door
like
for the
it.
next
Go
one.
Kiwis.
There's the Kiwis in
This
front.
is what we want to see.
Oh,
Make that track, make those bikes wide so they can't get through. So blue and yellow ahead, that's what we want.
so it's Erwin Tree and Brett Pubbin that are leading them through. Sitting on the inside is Bradley Sharp and Lance Jeffcoat. They've got the track blocked basically. If they keep team riding like that, there's no way around, but they're not even close enough in this one, Dave.
No, they're looking pretty comfortable, just don't go knock each other out.
That's it.
One lap to go now, the white flags come out, they're looking pretty good. Erwin Tree there ahead of Bradley Sharp and Lance Jeffcoat.
Right, we'll give them a cheer on the way home. It's the first time the Kiwis have been at the front of the field. That's right, bring them home. Erwin Tree, Brett Pubbin leading them in. Bradley Sharp, Lance Jeffcoat, a 1-2 for the Kiwis. That's a good point.
So that's a bit more like it, a 5-1. We needed one of those rather badly. Close things up a little bit. So Erwin Tree, Brett Pubbin take away the 3 points. Bradley Sharp and Lance Jeffcoat 2 for the Kiwis. James Hinton and Marty Wild will pick up the 1 point for the Aussies.
So that makes the Aussies at 46. And we've come up, we're on 39, was it?
Yes.
39, so 44, 2-point ball game.
Well, we're certainly back in the hunt. Okay, the Kiwis have got 2 and 1 and 3 this time. So it'll be number 2, Derek Ramsey and Matthew Ramsey. They'll be off on the inside there with the red helmets. Outside of them will be number 6 for Australia, Stephen Saunders and Chris Chatfield. They'll be in the blue helmets. Then we'll have number 3, Jamie Moon and Bailey Ogilvie in the white helmets off gate 3. And right on the outside, watch out for these guys, Brad Pitt and Nathan McFadden off gate 4 in the yellow. Just got to hold them out.
Well, since we've got a bloody Chatfield sitting on Staun's bike there, we should take half his point, shouldn't we?
Yeah, maybe.
Righto, Jeff's happy. The tapes are up and off we go, and how we get it down there. Look, there's one trouble there. One of the Aussies is down and out at the back of the field, but the red flags come on. The Ramseys had got to the front from Stephen Saunders and Chris Chatfield.
Red light.
Third place was Hamish Golding and Liam Cox. So it must have been Brad Pitt and Nathan McFadden that came to grief early in that start as they tried to get into that turn. Sounds like we've got them all back in. All back in's the call, all back in.
All right.
These helmet covers are certainly making it a lot easier, isn't it, Dave? Because they've got different numbers on the bikes, different numbers on their gear.
Yeah.
So we just watch the helmet covers as how you do it.
All right, here we go. Another start, a good start.
And as Ramsey do it, they got to the front of the field this time. They're heading around, and their teammates are in that third position, just getting a bit filled in. But it is the Saunders and we've lost someone else down there now. Jamie Millen. It's Bailey Ogilvie that's come off.
There may be a red card come out of this one. We'll have to wait and see with that one. That was Brad Pitt and Nathan McFadden. They weren't backing off for anything. They made a big hole and managed to knock off Bailey Ogilvie.
Well, she's all on in this tear.
Yeah, we're not going up to apologise.
No, he won't.
Yet.
But I tell you what, knowing Jamie Millen, he'll have a bit to say about that.
Yeah, he might do. Yeah, so we're just going to have to see what the referees say about this. So Brad Pitt and Nathan McFadden have been pretty aggressive all day, really. I like that.
Well,
I'd like to see,
as
long as nobody gets hurt. Yeah, as long as nobody gets hurt. But you like to see good hard racing, but that might have been just a little bit.
All coming in.
They're getting nice and close, that's for sure. And then
Righto, Dave, take him away.
All right, the starter's happy and all. Derek Ramsey got a great start, but Stephen Saunders has managed to push Jamie Moore wide, and he's having a go at Derek and Matthew Ramsey. He'll have to work hard to get past them, but they won't want to drift wide because he'll see that gap and he'll have a good old snoke them. Sneaky look down the inside. He's given that pole line a good look on the inside. So this will be...
They've lost
man.
it.
Oh, what a shame.
I was about to say, Dave, that it's all right riding pretty close and tight on the pole line, but coming out of that Waimak River turn down there, the no pain barrier turn, it can be tricky. We've seen a number of them come infield and cross it, and that's their
they got
meeting done basically, and it's the same the other end. It's tightened up.
They got in and suck you in last time, didn't they? It was looking a bit dodgy, but this is a good result for the Kiwis, that's for sure. They won't want to do anything silly. They'll pick up a 5-0. So it'll be Derek and Matthew Ramsey will pick up the 3 points. Jamie Moon and Bailey Ogilvie will pick up the 2.
We've hit the front, Dave.
And a DNF for Stephen Saunders and Chris Chatfield, which is a real shame because that was a real great battle, really.
We've hit the front, 49.
Really?
We have.
Wow. How many gates have won?
No, we're not Gavin Searle.
No, we haven't got that computer, but it's a big ask for gate 4.
It certainly is. Right. Well, they're getting Headland's got a problem there at the moment. Trent Headland, Daz Whitestone just trying to get that bike fired up again. You can certainly hear it when it's going. The rest of them in. Pitt and McFadden from 1, Headland and Whetstone from 3. That's the Aussies. We've got ours, Bowen and 3 from 2 and 4. The revs build as the light goes on. The tapes are up, but off they go. And it is Trent Headland that gets the jump on the rest of them. He's gone out wide. Oh, it's the Aussies out in front, 1 and 2. Pitt and McFadden, but they drop back a little bit as Headland powers away to the front of the field. Oh, a bit of a challenge going on here as they come out of that turn. It's Brad Pitt and Nathan McFadden holding on to that second position. They've gone a bit wide. Looks like that was Jamie Millen and Bailey Ogilvie that came through. But they're still holding the third. They've got Irwin Tree, Brett Pubbin in behind. Once again, Pitt's gone wide here at Moore Park. It's allowed the others to catch up a little, but not that much because he's keeping the momentum going. Out in front, Trent Headland and Daz Whetstone. They've shown the rest a real clean set of hills, Dave.
Yeah, they tried to work hard, give Brad Pitt and Nathan McFadden a bit of a running over, but they've just cleared ahead now a little bit. Trent Headland and Daz Whetstone way up front, waiting for the checkered flag. They're coming home now. They'll pick up the 3 points. Then it'll be Brad Pitt and Nathan McFadden will pick up the 2. And it'll be Jamie Moon and Bailey Ogilvie that get that 3rd point. Oh, they put a lot of good work in there, but just couldn't quite get through. Good work by Brad Pitt and Nathan McFadden. Had a good challenge, but they held it out, so they did well.
Tell you what though, boy oh boy. Oh man! The throw of blanket over them. But it's battle stations, white flag comes out. She's on the young and old, this one. Has he got the job done? Looks like he has on the inside. The pace is electric out in front.
Welcome back to the Pits TV and to Moore Park Speedway in Christchurch. Well, it's all tied up for the East Coast Sidecar Roundup Australia versus New Zealand Teams Challenge. Who's going to take it out? Stay tuned to the Pits TV to find out.
So coming out now, the Kiwis will be on 1 and 2. Can they peg a bit back? It's James Douglas and Harley Biddle off gate 1 in the red, and Aidan Thwaites and Neville Chalmers off gate 3 in the white, and they'll be up against in the blue, Hamish Golding and Liam Cox from Australia, and on the outside on gate 4, Stephen Saunders and Chris Chatfield.
So James Douglas and Harley Biddle, they're ready. The two Aussie teams, Saunders and Chatfield, are sitting there patiently, just waiting for Golding and Cox to get themselves sorted out. Aidan Thwaites, Neville Chalmers, the last ones to come in. Thwaites gets his bike position, rolling into the tape, so he's just trying to pull it back a little bit. The starter's ready. Off they go with this one. The Kiwis are on the inside. James Douglas just trying to, Harley Biddle trying to push them out wide. He's done that. He's got himself to the lead. There goes the white helmet colours of Aidan Thwaites and Neville Chalmers briefly into that second spot, but they've been pushed wide by Golding and Cox, but they managed to hold back into that second position. They need to come down on the track, close it up a little bit as Golding and Cox just force themselves through the inside. It's still out in front, Douglas and Biddle out in front, and now they've switched across again, Dave, but it looks like it's Golding and Cox have got that second spot cemented in a little bit.
Yeah, but Aidan Thwaites and Neville Chalmers have got themselves in a nice position on the inside, but they've just lost touch a little bit. James Douglas and Harley Biddle, they're leading the way at the moment. Then it's the blue of Hamish Golding and Liam Cox from Australia. Aidan Thwaites, Neville Chalmers in that third position, and Stephen Saunders and Chris Chatfield out the back at the moment. The checkered flags coming out. James Douglas and Harley Biddle, they'll pick up the 3 points for New Zealand. Australia will pick up 2 with Hamish Golding and Liam Cox, and Aidan Thwaites and Neville Chalmers will get the 1 point. That's a 4-2.
So New Zealand moves back into the lead with this one by 54 to 53. Well, goodness me, a race time and that one was
66.45.
66.45, the winning time for James Douglas and Harley Biddle. So they picked up the 3. Thwaites won. He gave it a 4-2 in that heat to the Kiwis.
Well, she's pretty close and pretty exciting now. We're certainly coming down to the pointy end. It's still got a long way to go, but you really want to keep in touch at this stage of the meeting, that's for sure.
So we're moving on to Heat 19. We've got Lance Tulloch and Tim Green in red from Gate 1. James Hinton and Marty Wild in the white from Gate 3. They represent the Australians. Bradley Sharp, Lance, Jeff Goat have got the blue on. They go from Gate 2. And Derek and Matthew Ramsey in yellow from the outside on Gate 4.
Well, there's no easy race from either side, is there, really? I mean, we know how good Bradley Sharp and Chef Goat are here, and Derek Ramsey and Matthew Ramsey. But James Hinton and Marty Wild and Lance Tulloch and Tim Green, though Lance Tulloch and Tim Green haven't gone so well just recently, but we'll see how they go now. They're right on the inside of the red colours. Starters happy. The green light's on and up and running. It's a good start from Bradley Sharp and Lance Jeffcoat. He's got the lead in the front. And then Derek Ramsey and Matthew Ramsey. They don't call him Ramsey for nothing. He's rammed his way through. And he's still on. And here comes number Lance Tulloch and Tim Green.
Something going on. I don't know.
I'll tell you what. Red light. We've got a red light. Red light.
We'll have to wait for the referees there because there's a bit of.
How's your father? And
how's your father going on that one?
Yeah. There'll be might be a bit of a conversation go on there. That's for sure. It was Derek Ramsey and Matthew Ramsey. They were just locked up that back straight there. Well, they managed to sneak their way through, but then Lance Tulloch and Tim Green, they just came in full noise, clouded everything in sight. Yeah. Everybody stayed on though, which is good. So we're just having a wee bit of a not sure what they're going to do here.
Yeah, there's a big discussion going on, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll give you the call when we find out.
Okay, so
well, it sounds like red helmet's the one they're talking about.
It's a red card.
Red card.
Oh, look, Tim Green's having a look up at the. So,
well, it certainly came in pretty hard on that other unit.
Did he ever?
Well, hang on, he's not through, he's going back 30.
Well, they're just giving him a yellow. Oh, they're giving him a yellow.
Oh.
30.
Right. I'll have to change that around.
Yeah, that's good.
30.
That's good, he's still there. He's probably not happy, but at least he's still there.
That'll fire him up.
Yeah, do you think he wasn't fired up? The speed he came into that corner, I think he was.
Right, well, he's had a yellow card, and then the yellow suddenly turned to red, apparently.
Which is fair enough, because the yellow card is really only for a tape infringement. Okay. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate, really. It was a pretty hard hit, but everybody, well, they stayed on. It was we had a spin up with, who was it? It'd be James Hinton and Martin Wild. They had a bit of a spin up, but there was nothing to do with that. All right, here we go. Wow, this is another great opportunity for the Kiwis.
Well, it certainly is, Dave. We could creep a little bit ahead on here, but first of all, you've got to finish, though.
Yeah.
So it all sits
I want to see us win, but I'd like to see a good, clean race. Well, Derek and Bradley Sharp and Lance Jeffcoat. Oh, got their work cut out. They're in front at the moment, and only just, not quite at the moment. Can they keep them out wide? Yes, they're neck and neck, but they've managed to get sweep through. And so it's Bradley Sharp and Lance Jeffcoat for the Kiwis in front. Then it's James Hinton and Marty White. Well, they're fighting real hard. This is a real test match, this is. And they're coming in on the pole line. And
that must be close.
Talk about fighting hard. But that's given, they just came in a bit hard there, Bradley Sharp, James Hinton and Marty Wild. And that's given Bradley Sharp and Lance Jeffcoat a little bit of breathing space. Can Derek Ramsey and Matthew Ramsey pick up some points?
Yes, they can. Well, here they go. They've got through.
Holy
Something happened there with James Hinton and Marty Wild. They got offline. And Derek and Matthew Ramsey shot through that second position. Round they come for the run home. A 1-2 for the Kiwis again. It's going to be Bradley Sharp gets the 3 points. Derek Ramsey and Matthew on the side pick up 2. And James Hinton gets that single point for third. So give the man a 1-2 to the Kiwis again. So that's a 5-1. That means we go to 59 to 54. 59 to the Kiwis, 54 to Australia. A race time, Dave.
Race time of 68.81.
68.81 is the race time. So I'll just fill my other sheet in again. So Bradley Sharp and Lance Jeffcoat pick up 3.
Well, I don't like to see
Matthew
getting the points when somebody's tipped out, but of course, if you cause your own demise, well, that's what happens, isn't it? All right, we're moving quickly on. We've got heat 20 here.
Yes, we need to keep moving by the feel of that weather, Dave.
Yeah, 1 and 3 are the Kiwis, so that's Craig McMaster and Johnny Casey will be off gate 1, and they're on Stan Ross's bike there. And Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers off gate 3 in the white helmet covers. And then we have 7 for the Aussies, Mark Radford and Blake Hills, they'll be off gate 2 in the blue helmet. And Shane Hudson and Cameron Bell right on the outside, gate number 4 with the yellow helmet. Been hard work out on the outside, but
it has been.
Sometimes you can cut down, make a bit of a hole on the inside, and well, they're pretty good at making a hole.
Right, well, Jeff's walked away, and this time they go, and it looks like on the outside, cutting down pretty quickly is Hudson and Cameron Bell. They get themselves near the front of the field. Looks like Radford and Blake Halls are there as well, and has left the Kiwis a little bit further back. Waits and Chalmers sitting there in that third position and just trailing behind Craig McMaster and Johnny Casey. Although here comes Thwaites, he's having a challenge for that second position. He's just pushed on the inside. They're just muscling their way through. He had to button off, but can he straighten the bike up? Radford and Blake Halls got theirs back in line a little bit quicker and still hold that second position. Thwaites and Chalmers are fighting hard on the inside as they come round. But out in front is Hudson and Cameron Bell. But there's a scrap for that second spot, Dave.
There certainly is. No doubt about who's leading. There's the Aussies way out in front. That's Shane Hudson and Cameron Bell. But Luke Thwaites and Neville Chambers trying to get that 1 point there from Mark Radford and Blake Hills. They come through and get that second position. Lost their names there for a minute, but Mark Radford and Blake Hills managed to hold him out, get that second position. So that's turned the tables a little bit. Well done to Shane Hudson, Cameron Bell. They pick up the 3 points. Mark Radford and Blake Hills got those 2 points. And Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers got the 1 point.
Well, that's changed things around a little bit. That's pulled the Aussies back in. There's New Zealand sitting on 60 points, Australia 59.
That's very close, and we've got a time of 67.15.
67.15, the winning time there for Shane Hudson and Cameron Bell.
Holy moly, let's take a breather. That was fantastic racing. You won't find better anywhere in the world, I don't reckon. There's no quarter given, that's for sure. Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers, they just tried everything, didn't they, to get through. Couldn't do it.
Okay, folks, here we go with one of the competitors here from Australia. Doing not too bad either, Steve Saunders, mate. It's a bit up and down for you guys, but I tell you what, you're still in the game there, though, eh?
Yeah, well, it's my first meeting since June. New passenger with Chatty, new motor, just getting used to everything, but I'll get there at the end.
What are you finding of this Moore Park Speedway track? Is it, you know, what you're used to or a little bit different?
No, it's what I'm used to. A little bit rougher than what I'm used to, but I'll work around it. It's all good.
Absolutely. And good competition coming from the Kiwi guys?
Yeah, really good, actually. They're getting stronger and stronger every time I come up against them.
But they're hard guys to stop when they're got. Yeah, it's all about that Australia versus New Zealand thing, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. It's the same when I race them back home. It's like, almost dropped it then. But yeah, no, it's the same back home. You know, hard racing all the time. It's good. Love it.
And so what do you think of Kiwi Passenger? You ready to throw him off yet?
No, not yet. Give him a couple more goes, see how he goes.
We've actually told him to slow you down, so it might be working out quite nicely for us.
Ah, so that's what's holding me up. All right, nice.
You got some good sponsors looking after you, man?
Yeah, mate, sure do. I've got Snake Charmer Choppers, Venom Trailers, Outdoor Cleaning Specialist, True Blue Law Maintenance, CMP Tyres, Soto's Motorcycle Supplies, and TRE Racing.
Now, of course, you'll normally have somebody here that would be normally swinging with you, but unfortunately she was walking the dog and had a bit of an incident, I'm led to believe. Tell us what happened with your main swinger.
Well, as I call her, my stupid sister, but, you know, she's got a stupid friggin' horse of a dog, and she was walking it, went the wrong way, got fluid in her shoulder, went to the hospital, went to drain it, and ended up giving her an infection, and, yeah, now she can't get on.
But she's going to come over and have a look like next week sometime, isn't she?
Yeah, she flies in next Thursday, so I'm guessing she'll be giving Chatty heaps next Thursday, so it's all good.
Absolutely. Hey, well, thanks very much for coming over to NZ. It really does make it a true international when you guys come over, and best of luck. Obviously, you've got a lot of racing to do, though, eh?
Yeah, a lot of racing, but looking forward to every single one of them.
This heat here, Dave, is where the New Zealand champion comes up against the Australian champion. Headland and Whetstone on gate 1, Ramsey on gate 4. Australian champion and New Zealand champion sandwiched in the middle. Irwin Free, Brett Pubbin in blue off gate 2, Hamish Golding, Liam Cox in white off gate 3.
Yeah, well, just watch Trent Headland and there's Whetstone. If he gets out in front, he's got a great position right on the inside. You won't see him for dust. Been going pretty well today. But Irwin Tree, Brett Pubbin, they've been doing pretty well, and they'll be doing their best to squeeze them up there at the start. Derek Ramsey, Matthew Ramsey, right around the outside. Hamish Golding and Liam Cox will be in the white helmet off gate 3. They'll be in the mix.
Well, that's 60 to 59 points. That's the Kiwis at least just leading by a solitary point at this stage. Just getting Whetstone on the back there of Headland. Garnham's happy, the revs built. Racing we go as they head into that first turn, and it is Whetstone that gets there, but oh, what a move from the Ramsey, from the outside right across the field into that second position. We've got one withdrawing there, but looks at things. But it's the Australian champions out in front, the New Zealand champions, the Ramseys in that second position, and then we go over to Irwin Tree and Brent Pubbin. It was Hamish Golding and Liam Cox who put their hand up. They had a few problems early on, but it's even Stevens now out the front. They're all spread pretty evenly, Dave. The Australian champion leading the New Zealand champion with Irwin Tree and Brent Pubbin in that third spot. Way back is Hamish Golding and Liam Cox.
Well, you really can't see things changing, can you? Trent Headland and there's Whetstone ahead. Got plenty of room out in front of them, or plenty of room in behind them. Then we have Derek Ramsey and Matthew Ramsey and Irwin Tree and Brent Pubbin. And they're all pretty well spread out. The flags are waving there. And we're coming home. It'll be the Aussies. Trent Headland, there's Whetstone. They'll pick up the 3 points. Then we'll have Derek Ramsey and Matthew Ramsey. They'll get 2. Irwin Tree, Brent Pubbin will get 1. Hamish Golding and Liam Cox weren't too happy about life there for a while. Were waving their arms and that, and realised that wasn't going to help. The referee's taking no notice, so they headed on it, but could get no points. So good work, Trent Headland and there's Whetstone. I just wonder whether Irwin Tree and Brent Pubbin and Derek Ramsey worked that move, because Irwin Tree and Brent Pubbin just kept Hamish Golding and Liam Cox wide, just kept pushing them wide, and that allowed Derek Ramsey to come down on the inside. It was a great move. I don't know whether they planned it or not, but if they had, thumbs up to them. It was a good one.
You got a time for that one,
He has got a time of 67.69.
67.69. We go over the page, or our page.
Well, nobody's running away from this, are they? What's that? 63 to 62. So coming out now we will have the black team, Kiwi team. They will be on 1 and 3. The Aussies will be on 2 and 4. So Craig McMaster and Johnny Casey.
Sorry, Dave, I can tell you about Craig McMaster. The problem is they think the coils have gone on the bike. That's why they've been using stands. The coils on the bike. And hopefully they'll change them tonight and they'll be set for tomorrow.
Well, it'll be good if they get back on their own bike, won't they?
Yep.
Yeah, well, I think I said they weren't very happy. They want to have a talk to the ref, but I'm not sure the ref's too busy running the meeting here at the moment. Okay, so as I said there, it'll be 8 for New Zealand. Craig McMaster and Johnny Casey, they'll be off on the inside there on the red helmet cover on Stan Ross's bike there, gate number 1. Aidan Thwaites, Kiwi number 4, and Neville Chambers will be in the white helmet off gate 3. Then 5 for Aussie, James Hinton and Marty Wild will be in the blue off gate 2. And right on the outside for the Aussies, Aussie number 7, Mark Radford and Blake Hills, they'll be off gate 4. Okay, what a match this is. This is fantastic.
Right, they're all set. Jeff's happy. Tapes are up, off we go. And we're looking at them. Who's going into that corner? It's the blue helmet, James Hinton and Marty Wild in there. We're going round the outside. It's Radford and Hills. They've got to the front in the yellow helmet. Then we go back to Aidan Thwaites and Neville Chalmers. They're in that second position from the James Hinton and Marty Wild in third, and Craig McMaster and Johnny Casey are on their tail. But the first two have made a wee breakaway as they come on round. Mark Radford and Blake Halls have just stretched themselves out. Aidan Thwaites, Neville Chalmers still chasing, a bit closer at the tail of the field, Dave. Watch those places, 3 and 4.
Craig McMaster and Johnny Casey trying to get past James Hinton and Marty Wild to pick up that 1 point. They've only got 1 lap to do it in. They're only a couple of bike lengths in behind. Here they go, they're making a move. Have they done it? They got a bit tangled up. Lost a rider. They've got through. We'll have to wait and see what the ref says. They keep it going. So it'll be Mark Radford and Blake Hills will come through in first position. Then we have Aidan Thwaites and Neville Chambers, Craig McMaster and Johnny Casey, and James Hinton. He lost Marty Wild off the back. And we'll just have to see whether the referees have anything to say about that. I think it was just a hard racing incident.
I didn't see much of it, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Well, there you go.
So we had a race time for that one?
Yes, a race time of 66.59.
66.59, and all placings stay. That's all good, boys. Yep.
They're happy.
They're happy.
We're all happy, so 3 all. Cool. New Zealand maintains that 1 point lead. 66 to 65. Well, it doesn't stop. We've got heat 23 coming out now. Hold on, we've got to hold the placings here a minute. So we just have to hold those placings. Rick, you can hear us down there.
What's that? Placing one?
Third and fourth for the last heat. We'll have to come back to that. But third and fourth are going to be turned around. So that's going to change things around. Meanwhile, we'll get on to this heat here, heat 23. We've got the Aussies off 2, 1 and 3. Shane Hudson, Cameron Bell off gate 1 in the red. Bradley Sharp, Lars Jeff Goat, gate 2. Brad Pitt, Nathan McFadden 3. James Douglas and Harley Midland are into underway, and Shane Hudson gets a great start there off gate number 1. And in behind him, who's it going to be? It looks like it's going to be James Douglas and Harley Biddle, and he comes up on the inside there, makes a great move. He's just smoking along, and we've lost Brad Patton, Nathan McFadden, I mean. But here comes
the tussle
Shane
going
Hudson
on
and
there.
Cameron Bell. She's all on for young and old. So Shane Hudson, Cameron Bell fought his way back in, but it's not all over for him yet, because James Douglas and Harley Biddle going to have another go. I'll tell you what, she's great racing.
Yes,
good, hard racing.
They're certainly not giving up. The bit of a how's your father there. Shane Hudson and Cameron Bell fly on through. James Douglas and Harley Biddle in that second position. They've just dropped off the pace a wee bit. Then we go back to Bradley Sharp and Lance Jeffcoat. Pitt and McFadden are sitting infield. The checkered flag comes out, and it is Hudson and Cameron Bell who take the win. James Douglas and Harley Biddle in that second position, so that was it's even Stevens in that one. We just have to sort out the others, Dave.
Yeah, well, we swapped around 3rd and 4th place. So
that
third
meant
was,
that they got 3. They actually got 4. So that means that would bring them up even Stevens. And thereafter this one.
You'll have to take 1 point off there, I think, won't you?
2. So that would have been 65, 66. And that's still 60, 68 to 65. Is that right? And time of 66. No, what's the time?
Time for that one was 67.82.
Well, we knew that today, Dave. I mean, if you talk to the boys that have been over in Aussie and the race, it's a little bit different to the sort of the soft-hand approach that we seem to have here at times. But
well, I think we've stepped up to the plate. I think the guys have managed to hold their own.
Well, rubbing's racing, Dave, but we always say that, rubbing's racing.
So
you've got to fight for your position.
We might have a substitute in here, have we? We've got number 2. Number 2, who is Shane Hudson and Cameron Bell on the outside there. So they're underway, and it is. Oh, there's a good go going into the first corner.
Goodness me, there's a bit of barging there.
Off.
Well, they got pushed out anyway, whoever they were. But it's Jamie Millen and Barry Ogilvie, it must have been. It's Thwaites and Chalmers out in front, and Jamie Millen and Beryl Ogilvie in that second position. Then we go back, do you think that's 2, Dave?
Shane
So
Hudson,
that's
Cameron Bell.
Is it?
Shane Hudson,
and Cameron Bell in that third, and trailing the field was Stephen Saunders and Chris Chatfield. Now it's Jamie Millen just sitting on the inside, just hanging on there. They've got to be careful because there's Hudson and Bell right up into that second spot now.
Oh.
Thwaites and Chalmers have just dropped back to third. Can they come back on the inside? The white flag's out. It's still Millen and Ogilvie out in front, but they've drifted a bit wide out of that turn. Hudson and Bell have put the power on down the road, medals back straight into the final turn they go. Can Millen and Ogilvie hold on to it? They swing out of the turn and come for the run home. They get there. Millen and Ogilvie will take the win. Second place goes to the replacement. Who did they replace? They replaced
Shane Hudson and Cameron Bell.
Hudson and Bell must have replaced Tulloch.
Wow, what a race.
That was a good race. They came home in second, and in third place was Thwaites and Chalmers. So that gives 4 to New Zealand, 2 to Australia. So that makes a
Well, it was a great substitution, wasn't it? They got
72
from last up.
Just check that. 72, 71. I make it 72, 71.
Yeah, this is where it all, the rubber hits the road this time. 1 point is the buffer for the Kiwis.
Right, so in this one, we've only got the 3 bikes because the Australians of Tulloch and Green were in this heat, but they've been replaced before, so they cannot run, and the same thing happens in the next heat. But in this one, we've got Craig McMaster and Johnny Casey for the Kiwis in the blue. Off they go.
And it's a good start for the Aussies. It's Mark Radford and Blake Hills that lead the way there, and we've got in blue Craig McMaster and Johnny Casey. A good result for the Aussies considering they've only got 1 in the race at the moment. Bradley Sharp and Lance Jeffcoat in behind them. But Mark Radford and Blake Hills leading the way at the moment.
I'm not sure whether that's right, Dave, because that looks like Steve Saunders and Chris Chatfield's bike. If it's not,
yeah, well,
but that's what we've been given. But they've got 6 on their back, I think. I think that's Steve Saunders and Chris Chatfield on that one.
Steve Saunders and Chris Chatfield,
yep.
You're right too. Well, they're making a good fist of it. And they're doing very well at the moment. They're way out in front, so this will be a 3-3. They've got 1 lap to run. The white flag has come out. Then we have the 8 for New Zealand, Craig McMaster and Johnny Casey in 2nd position. And we'll just have to check that.
Bradley Sharp and Lance Jeffcoat in that 3rd spot, I think. But I think that's the Saunders that have got that one.
Well, they're pretty happy about it. 3 points. 2 for Craig McMaster and Johnny Casey.
So it's 3.
And 1 for Brad. So 1 point in it still.
75 to 74. Oh, sorry, we put you wrong there. That's not the number we had. We picked that up. It was actually Steve Saunders and Chris Chatfield that were running in that one. So they picked up the 3 points. Do we have a time, Dave, for that?
70.29. Bit slower this time, 70.29.
70.29.
Okay, we'll just have to see what we can pick up when they come round.
And I'm just looking at the Jeffcoat.
So coming out here, well, we know that that's Erwin Tree and Brett Pubbin, and they're off gate 3. And it looks like Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers are there.
Yep, I can pick them up, they're right.
Yep.
So the Aussie bike we've got to look at here is it 5 Hinton and Wilds. It's James Hinton and Marty Wild.
Well, they've got that on their bike, so that looks
outside.
like it should be right. So another advantage to the Kiwis here. You'll have to explain that rule to me because I'm not quite sure how that all works.
Well, apparently they have been replaced in a heat before, and you can only be replaced once.
Okay.
So that's the reason they can't come in.
Wow.
So that's just the way the team managers work. If they chose to replace you.
Well, we'll have to wait and see if Erwin Tree does his trick of taking them out right out to the corner, and it worked last time. We'll see what happens this time.
Jeff goes off they go this time, and certainly it looks like down on the inside it's Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers who've got them nose in front. Erwin Tree, Brett Pubbin in that 2nd position. James Hinton, Marty Wild holding that 3rd spot for Australia.
Well, they've got all the work to do.
Just block the track at the moment. Just the Thwaites is out in front.
He's gone.
Hello, we've lost one. Got a problem there. What happened, Dave? I didn't see that.
He just lost it coming out of there and just decided to bail out and headed off into the infield. So did it all himself. So 5 points for nothing here.
So Luke
if they
Thwaites,
stay on the track.
Yeah, Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers came into this meeting as the reserves, and they've done particularly well. Really held their end up for the Kiwis. Likewise, team member Erwin Tree, Brett Pubbin in that 2nd position.
Well, doing it easy at the moment. They're just taking their time. No sense in pushing anything and breaking anything. So the checkered flags are waving, and That's Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers come through, pick up the 3 points. Erwin Tree and Brett Pubbin will pick up the 2. That gives New Zealand 5, Australia none, so that puts Australia up to 80, New Zealand up to 80 points, Australia 74. Shivers. That's a pretty tough one to come back from now. It's a big ask to come back for.
Yeah, it certainly is. That was a bit of a surprise there.
Certainly was.
So now the last 2 heats we will have full complements, 4 riders in each one. And this first one we've got be Brad Pitt and Nathan McFadden from Australia in red of gate 1. Aidan Thwaites, Shane Twist, blue going from gate 2. Hamish Golding, Liam Cox for Australia in white going from gate 3. And the father and son team, the Ramseys, going in yellow going from the outside at gate 4. Those Ramseys have had outside gates quite a bit today.
They sure have.
I just haven't seen them any lower down at all.
Worked well for them.
So Pitt McFadden on 1. They need a good run. Golding and Cox on 3. That's the Aussies. Up against Aidan Thwaites, Shane Twist, and Derek and Matthew Ramsey. So Golding and Cox just trying to pick their position. Cox just got his hand up to just will signal when he's ready. They're ready. Jeff moves away. Racing this time, and even Stevens as they go into that turn right down on the inside. It's the Reds. It's Brad Pitt. Nathan McFadden will hold a centre lead there over the white combination of Golding and Cox. So it's the Aussies 1 and 2 in this one at this stage. Fighting in behind on the inside. Aidan Thwaites and Shane Twist. Oh, they've got their way through. Looks like Peter McFadden had real trouble controlling the bike there, but they've managed to stay on. They're at the tail of the field. But out in front, it is Hamish Golding and Liam Cox out in front. This looks like the Ramseys have got themselves in the second, and Aidan Thwaites and Shane Twist in third.
Yeah, there was a bit of a nasty moment there from Brad Pitt and Nathan McFadden. The swinger couldn't get back up to get that bike straight, but he's back into it now. Stephen is running a little bit later than mind you. Aidan Thwaites and Shane Twist are going to have to watch out. I'm not sure they've slowed right up, and something funny's going on there because they've lost their position. He ended up out the back at last. Not quite sure why, but it was Hamish Golding and Liam Cox that get through in the first place. Derek Ramsey and Matthew Ramsey get through in second. Then we have Brad Pitt, Nathan McFadden, and Aidan Thwaites and Shane Twist. Something happened there, I'm sure, because they should have been up ahead of that. There's no doubt about that. So that made a 4-2, I think, to Australia. And
yep, you have a race.
I tell you what, you're still going to have to be on your case for this last race. We've got a time of 69.08. 69.08, which is exactly the time as the one before, which you probably haven't got there, Warwick. What was that? 69.08 is there as well. So this is it. The Kiwis are 4 points ahead, but a 5-1 would even it up, if my maths are right. So if the Aussies get 1 and 2 and the Kiwi get third, that would be even points.
Well, they've got the right ones here to do that, Dave, because they've got the Australian champion Treat Headland and Baz Whetstone in yellow going from 4. and Shane Hudson and Cameron Bell in blue going from 2.
Yeah, well, they've proved that they're no mugs here, haven't they?
Well, they've been the top 2 scorers from the Aussies. We've got Lewin and Ogilvie for New Zealand, and Douglas and Biddle. So Douglas and Biddle on the red, down on 1. In white, it's Lewin and Ogilvie sitting on gate 3. So we've just got to try and split the Aussies, Dave. That's the story, isn't it?
All right, the green light's on and they're up and running, and it looks like a good start there from...
Well, they got to the front, the Aussies, anyway. They're 1 and 2. Looks like that's Headland out in front from Hudson and Bell.
Well, this is going to be...
and Ogilvie in 3rd, I think.
Yeah, well, this is going to even the points right up. They'll be 83 all, I think.
Lewin and Ogilvie have gone out wide. They've nearly let Douglas and Biddle come through, but out in front of the field, it's Trent Headland and Dan Whetstone just doing all the work out in front. Shane Hudson and Cameron Bell are holding that 2nd position. The Kiwis can't seem to get in touch this time. Even looks like Douglas and Biddle have dropped right off the pace somewhat. 3rd place is Jamie Lewin and Bailey Ogilvie.
Yeah, well, it looks like it's going to be a home run for the Aussies, a 5-1 for them. The flags are waving and they're coming home. And it looks like Trent Headland and Daz Whetstone take out the win from Shane Hudson and Cameron Bell. Then we had Jamie Byrne and Bailey Ogilvie. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. What a match that was. That comes out at 83 all.
Yep.
83 all. Well, well, well. That is fantastic. And a time of, that was a time of 78.6.
68.6. 68.
They weren't going that slow. They were going pretty quick. But
Well.
that
Just
is
put your hands together.
absolutely awesome.
A sidecar test match here at Moore Park between Australia and New Zealand to go through 28 heats and then to end up in 83 points all.
That is outstanding.
That's outstanding.
Outstanding.
So congratulations to
All the organisers,
all
Jeff,
the organisers
Jeff,
and the riders. That
Yep.
is incredible. That's 83
absolutely
all.
outstanding.
Now they go down, these points carry on for the decider, which will be in Ariki Park on the 25th to find out an overall winner. But that's incredible.
It is outstanding. Absolutely
Certainly
outstanding.
great riding we've seen from everyone.
Yeah, that's been a great match.
Right, folks, here we go. After round number 1 of the deal between the Australians and New Zealand's called the East Coast Sidecar Roundup. We've got Trent Headland that's here. And Trent, mate, fantastic riding from you. I think you must have been pretty much unbeaten all day, are you?
Yeah, I think we dropped 1 point in the first one, but I a little bit rusty after the off season. I left the fuel off, so we run out of fuel first corner, so we had to do a bit of catch up. But yeah, no, it was good. Really good track, really good venue. Enjoyed it.
Is it much different from what you're used to racing on overseas?
Oh, look, we've got similar tracks to this. Probably broke up a little bit towards the end, like track conditions, got a few holes, but that was good. You know, really good crowd. Yeah, it was really enjoyable.
Notice we put on the good weather for you too. We're hoping you're going to freeze up and then lock up and then, of course, you know, maybe a bit towards the end. But it's pretty close battle. What is it, 73, 73, 83, 83? That's pretty damn close, mate, going into the final round, which is obviously not tomorrow, but next week at Ariki Park.
Yeah, can't get much tighter than that. But, you know, like the Kiwi guys, we're missing Spud, and Spud's a hard charger, so chuck him back in the mix and, you know, anything could happen. I think we've got a bit of work to do, you know. Even like we got mucked around with our flights yesterday, so we got in late. We couldn't work on the bike, so we've tried to do as much as we can today, and it wasn't quite running 100%. Might have looked good, but it wasn't feeling real good, you know. So, you know, even with the boys, so we'll play a little bit and see how we go.
You do realise you've got a 7-hour drive ahead of you tonight, so you're not going to probably have much chance to play around with the bike either. Nah,
that's all right. I'm used to it. Like we live in Roxby Downs, which is about 7 hours from Adelaide, so we're pretty seasoned to that sort of stuff. But yeah, we'll fit it in. We'll get some shut eye and get up first thing in the morning. And the boys know what they're doing. They're really good mechanics and all over it.
It's good stuff. Okay, so obviously you got some good sponsors behind you as well that have helped you to get here, and obviously through your season out Australia as well. A bit of a heads up. Who are they?
Yeah, definitely. I couldn't do it without people like Gary and Shelley Stentjes from South Coast Custom. They built me an awesome bike. The thing's it's always on rails. I really enjoy riding it. Seca Real Estate. Paul from Signs One, he does an awesome job in making the bike look good, and all the graphics and that for our kit and shirts and all that. And Auto Pro, and also Aidan Thwaites for putting us up and helping us out while we're over here, and also Link Hydraulics from Newcastle with Jeff. He helped me out when we took the bike over there with me van and everything else, so couldn't do it without people like that.
Absolutely, and I suppose it must be a good feeling though to really have a good Aussie-New Zealand battle. I know you've had it over in Australia, but to bring it here and your guys to come on our backyard, it's great for the crowd, it's great for you guys, and it's great for the sport in general, really, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Like I watch a lot of the stuff you guys put on TV or on Facebook and that, and we've wanted to come over and support it for a long time, and you just do it well, and I want to be a part of helping you promote it, because it's an awesome sport. It's action-packed and people love it. We just got to put it under people's noses and they'll love it too,
Alrighty, folks, here we go with the New Zealand side of this deal. 83 to 83 course, mate. Aidan Thwaites, it's going to be a fantastic run for next week, of course. You've got another deal tomorrow, but next week's when they're going to finish this deal off, isn't it?
Yeah, tomorrow's a club day, but next week down at Reedy, that's the final. And like being 83, we knew it was going to be tight. Probably didn't think it would be this tight, but it's going to make for a great final down at Reedy Park.
Well, it's all the excitement you could ever want, isn't it? I mean, the racing here was tremendous. The track was good. A little bit towards the end, a couple of boys are saying got a bit rough in places, but overall, happy with the way everything went for your side of it?
Yeah, no, it went good. Like the track chopped up a wee bit, but everyone got away in one piece. There's no one hurt, so we're all back tomorrow. And yeah, it does make for a great final. There's good racing. The points sort of all day were just to and fro, so it made it exciting, good for the spectators.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of talk about it online as well, which is quite interesting. But so, your bike good, performing good?
Yeah, no, bike's going really good. Really happy how it went today. It's first time back on it for quite a while. It's just come back from Australia, so yeah, it's good to be back on it.
Absolutely, it's really what you need to do is get the old seat time with these boys over here. There's no really chance to snooze around, is there?
No, there's every race is you got to be on your game. Everyone's pretty hungry for it, and everyone put a good showing out there today. Everyone lifted the level. Good tight racing, it was good.
Absolutely, good sponsors on your bike team, mate. Who looks after you?
Yeah, we've got South Coast Customs who's bought the bike. We've got T&L Motors, Thwaites Logging, Thwaites Contracting, Tisbury Machinery, and Industrial and Automotive Paints.
Good stuff. And your swinger, he looks a bit average today. He was all right, was he?
Yeah, no, he done a good job. He's making up for me.
Good stuff. Hey, well done, guys. And hey, it's good going real tight, into this next deal next weekend. I'm looking forward to it, mate. There was some brilliant racing. Well done, guys.
Yeah, no, it'd be good to get a good crowd down at the Reedy, watch it. And if you can't watch it, jump on the pits. It'll be streaming, and yeah, you won't be disappointed.